Hello and welcome to It's Only Electric. This is the new Zeekr 7X. It's the release event here in Stockholm, and as you see, a new design. This is a new design language, design in Gothenburg, Sweden. So I'm extra happy to say that and to be here actually. And as you probably remember, the 001 and the X looks a bit different, especially when looking at the front. This is a bit more sleek, and you see here the band design with the black border going through the whole front end of the car with headlight units just below that part. A very sleek frontal design. You see here the black details, frontal camera, parking sensors, and the hidden air ventilations actually closed now to create a more sleek and aerodynamic look when not needed. The sleekness actually continues with the hidden door trims. Makes the car look really sleek, as I just mentioned, but also very bold, if you ask me. I mean, to be able to do this, you need to have a manufacturing process that is really precise. I mean, you can't allow any misalignments in the door panels. Great design here and bold from Zeekr. And this is a mid-size SUV, so it's competing in a really interesting segment. I mean, against cars like the updated Tesla Model Y, the Neo EL6, Xpeng G6, and more premium cars like the Porsche Macan and the Audi SQ6 or Q6 in general. It's all cars in the same size class because this measures 4.8 meters in total length with a wheelbase of 2.9. That gives us a great interior space. More about that soon. Let's move on to the back. A powered liftgate, of course, and a very sleek design also at the rear. The design, as most of the new cars, the new brands are following the kind of the whole light LED bar going through, dividing the rear parts. This is nice. I always like it like this when they hide the rear windshield wiper up underneath the air spoiler, and a sleek and nice looking Zeekr logo. The boot space, 539 liters of boot capacity. That's not class leading, but together with the frunk that delivers between 60 or 40 liters of extra boot capacity, depending on if you choose the rear-wheel drive version or the front-wheel drive version, gives you approximately 600 liters in total. So that's more than enough, if you ask me. Very tidy organization here with a big chunk of extra space underneath that first floor. This one is also possible to open and remove if you want some extra storage underneath. The backrests are split into two parts, 40, 60 or more 30, 70. And in the middle there is a small ski latch for storing long things. It's a bit to the smaller side, but I guess it's better to have it than not to have it at all. This one, the Porsche shelf divider, is possible to stow away and hide underneath the floor. That's a very practical aspect. Otherwise, you tend to forget that one or leave it at home. One of the interesting aspects of the 7X is the charging. The charging is really another level compared to everything else on the market currently, especially here in Europe. The top speed of the charging is 480 kilowatts. And you may say that, but there is no charges in Sweden or in Europe that delivers that kind of capacity. No, you're right about that. But if you put it into an 800 volt charger of 360 kilowatts of charge capacity, you can charge it from 10 to 80% in 13 minutes. And that goes for both battery packs. So that's a really quick charge time. This car is a European spec version, so it has the CCS2 connector as it should have, so that's nice to see. For home charging, AC charging, delivers 22 kilowatt three-phase support. That's also really good.
Do you have any comments on the wheels?
Yeah, and when it comes to the wheels, as you see, this is the 21-inch rims, because this is the privilege version, the highest trim level. I'm gonna go into the details of the trim levels now. The base version is called Core with the small battery pack. It has a LFP battery pack with a gross capacity of 75 kilowatts with the same charging specifications. It even charges a bit faster since the capacity is less. You will end up paying or spending less time at the charger. On top of the core version, you have the long range version. That one has the bigger battery pack, 100 kilowatt gross capacity, NMC pack, same charge specs, as I said, rear wheel drive. Both the core, the entry level, and the long range version has the same rear motor delivering 416 horsepower or 310 kilowatts, 440 newton meters of torque. Was that right? I think so, yeah, 440. So 0 to 100 in 6 seconds for both versions. That's good. I mean, not that good considering the amount of power, but I guess that's what's possible when you only have a car delivering rear wheel drive. Compared to the privilege version, that's the top spec version, has the same battery pack as the long range version. The difference is actually that you have a front wheel motor too. So 2 motor setup, all wheel drive, total output 630 horsepower and 470 kilowatts in total, I think.
Yeah,
And 0 to 100 in 3.8 seconds. So that's a quick car, this one.
And the four-wheel drive has 710 newton meters of torque.
710, yeah, that's not bad. That's a lot. And this one is also spec'd with the electric automatic doors on all 4 positions actually. So I can open both doors, and they have sensors. Yeah, so you can stop the door, and it feels the presence of obstacles. So that's a great feature. But they still kept the handles in case of emergency or in case of like you want to have an actual physical handle to open the door, then you can use that one. But it's actually not necessary. And when it comes to range, the core version has a WLTP range of 480 kilometers for the small battery pack. The long range rear wheel drive version has 615 kilometers. That's the range topping version. And the privilege version, all-wheel drive, comes with 543 kilometers. And that's not class leading when it comes to efficiency, but we need to test that and see how efficient this car really is. But that's another video. And you don't need to reach this button to be able to close the door. You just press the brake pedal and it closes for you. So, well, on the inside, I mean, I'm pretty amazed about the interior. I love the Zeekr 001. You already know that from my other reviews and tests I have done. But this is, if you ask me, probably a notch up when it comes to interior. I mean, the interior materials is really nice, and the sleekness of the exterior also continues here. I mean, the choice of the materials is really soft touch everywhere, very nice touch and feel to everything, and double G chargers, ventilated also. That's not every time you see 2 charge ports or charge places with ventilations. Yeah, the Alcantara feel and the ambient lighting, also nice touch to it. Reminds me very much about the BMW i5 crystal LED RGB lighting. Seems to work almost the same way. When it comes to the steering wheel, more of a classical steering wheel, I would say, with real controls, better than the haptic ones at the 001 and better looking than the ones in the Zeekr X. Because as you see here, you have physical buttons at every position. You also have the toggle wheels here to control things like volume, media, toggle the content on the screen, the instrument cluster. So a good implementation of the buttons. And it's paired with 2 screens. So one 13-inch integrated instrument cluster. Looks a bit neater than in the 001 because that one is a bit more on the outside, on top of the panel. This one is more built into the panel, gives it a bit more of a premium look. And the big screen, 16-inch screen, horizontally aligned. There's no possibility to switch it. Very sturdy build. powered by Snapdragon 8295. That's the latest addition from Snapdragon when it comes to automotive chips. So promises quick performance. This can make you seasick, but shows you that, okay, this is some serious performance in this hardware. Hopefully that goes for the self-driving capabilities too. Which, by the way, all the ADAS systems is included in all 3 different trim levels, also in the core version. So you get all the self-driving capabilities included from start. That's really nice. You don't need to add that much of equipment. And back to the interior and the materials, since this is the privileged version, it comes as a standard with Nappa leather interior seats. As you see, they are perforated, and that's because they are ventilated. They have massage and heating in both positions here at the front. Also a extendable thigh support that gives you a better support as a driver and a passenger. And I must say that this is really comfortable seats. They are not to the sporty side, but more to generously comfortable side. They are soft, well cushioned, and you feel that this is real Nappa leather and not any leatherette, fake leather. Even if I don't mind the fake leather, I still think the touch and feel of the real leather is a bit better when you feel it and when you sit in it. It's giving you a different kind of feeling. And the headrests with integrated speaker for navigation. The passenger one does not have it. This one has, and that's also part of the tech package. I think it's called like Cockpit Plus or Cockpit Pro version. That actually adds the premium sound system of 21 speakers, including the one here in the neckrest, compared to the standard setup that delivers 10 speakers and a subwoofer. So that promises us a good sound system, I think. Both the entry-level sound system is probably good enough. The 21 speaker setup is probably amazing. They don't seem to work with Yamaha anymore, because now they call it Zeekr Sound. So it's some kind of a in-house developed sound system. The earlier models I have tested really has amazing sound, and actually one of the best sound systems I ever tried out. I mean, you have tried the Zeekr 001, and the Yamaha system, that one is
amazing.
It's amazing, yeah. One of the best ones.
Yeah, you can really crank the volume.
Yeah, it doesn't distort.
And bass, everything is really good.
Yeah, so I actually expect similar or even better sound in this one. This is kind of the next generation. As you see here, you have this aluminum perforated covers, almost the same as the Yamaha sound system. This is a central tweeter, really gives us the feeling of that this is something good. I haven't tried out the sound system. I will spare that part to my real review of this car, because this is just a quick walkthrough. The cockpit package also comes with a head-up display. This time it's 36-inch, bright and a very nice head-up display. I have used it before. This one seems to be slightly updated compared to the other versions, and it's not included normally, but it seems like there is kind of an introduction campaign on the Zeekr 7X now, so you can get the privileged version with all the packages. So we get it with the comfort package, which gives you massage seats, better sound system, etc., and the tech package or the cockpit package that gives you things like the head-up display and the better sound system. So I like to have the head-up display. This is one of my favorite aspects of the cars nowadays. I mean, it really adds to the driving experience. It makes it easier to drive. And it has kind of a blend of physical buttons and soft buttons on the screen. And I have walked through the operating systems of the Zeekr 001 and the X earlier. This one seems to be a bit updated, looks a bit refreshed and more energetic and playful when it comes to the design elements and all the 3D things here. One thing that I didn't mention is that the privileged version also comes with active dampers and air suspension. So we can adjust the ride height from low to very high, exactly as in the Zeekr 001. And this actually is something I want to go for, because I think Zeekr sometimes tend to have a bit too soft suspensions. If you go for this one, you will make sure to have it your way. The physical buttons here, most to the left is the drive mode selector, so you can toggle between the modes. You don't see it here, you see it in the instrument cluster, where you have like acceleration mode, comfort, standard, sport. So you have different modes, a couple of modes you can toggle in between. Next to that one you have a second button, and that's for opening the boot. So it seems like they have collected the most important functions here at this midsection. You have the volume knob, volume controller, a scroll wheel, and if you press and pause, if you press it, you can use it as a play and pause function. Yeah, as you hear, it's access. Yeah, good sound system. Let's pause that. And further to the right, you have, most further to the right, you have a opener for that one, for the glove box. And I know that Björn Nyland didn't find this one, maybe because of misleading information, but it has a glove box. And that's good. It seems to have a decent amount of space, not that much, but still something to use. The last button is, I'm not sure, but it can be kind of a shortcut. And now it's paired like with the external speaker. So now I can record my own voice, and it actually plays it on the outside of the car.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah. So if I make some sounds. I think it's time to check out the last part of this car, and that's the back seat. I mean, nevertheless, a very important aspect of this kind of a mid-size SUV. Let's jump back. Open sesame. Okay, so now it's too close to it. Very sensitive sensors in that one. Whoa, look at the legroom. And it's adjusted after my seating position. I'm 6'4", 193 centimeters tall. So this is, I don't know. Have you seen this kind of a space in any mid-size SUV yet?
No, not at all. It's amazing legroom at least.
Yeah, and this may explain why the boot size or the boot capacity is not best in class, because the space is here. Obviously, they have put a lot of effort to create a great experience here from the back seat. Yeah. And it's also possible to squeeze my feet underneath, and there's plenty of room, despite having the seat in the lowest position. So, for me, I can travel like a king here.
Yeah. And how is the headroom?
How is the headroom? I should do the fist test. Because there's no fingers here, it's 2 fists of space. Now I'm actually reclined, and there is electronically reclinable back seat. So that was in the, yeah, so as you see here the difference, you can close this one, maybe it's more obvious. So this is the straightest position now, and still have 1.5 fists of headroom left. This is the lowest or most reclined position now, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and you see the difference is like 5 centimeters of difference. There's a lot of angles or degrees in comfort. You can actually sleep in the lowest position. I'm not going to try that again. And headrests. This is also really plush, really nice feeling to it. And I think you have, no, it's only adjustable in y-axis, yep. But the position of it is really good, at least for me, because I don't have the best posture in the world, but this is perfect for me. I can close this door. Comfort-wise, you have air ventilations in the B-pillars. As you see here, maybe it's easier. B-pillar ventilation, and nothing here at the center console. But this is good because you can adjust it towards your face, depending on your liking. The mid console, as such, has a hidden compartment. Here you can store, I don't know, candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two Snicker bars.
Two Snicker bars. And underneath that, whoa, there is kind of a latch here. I don't want to force it, but this is a latch for like opening something. Do we have any USB-C ports?
I think it's in the mid console, in the armrest.
Yeah, the mid console, the armrest. One bad thing, if I can find one flaw, is the armrest. As you see, the position of it is of course angled according to the passenger seat, or the seat next to you, which means that if I sit in a straight position, it will be too up straight. So I need to have the same angle to be able to use this in a comfortable way. But I mean, that goes without saying, actually, because now, as you see, the angle is more correct, ergonomically correct. Otherwise, 2 cup holders, adaptive, nice touch and feel to it.
And you have a storage also?
Yeah, storage here. So with 2 ports, as I said, one USB-C and one USB-A port for charging your devices. Also kind of a pocket for storing your phone, so you can stow it away in a safe way. And as I showed earlier, the true loading, the latch for loading longer things is also openable from this position. Very small, but still better than nothing. Otherwise here from the back, some soft pockets, nice looking ones, and the panoramic glass roof.
Yeah.
That's a nice feature. It's also
huge.
included.
Yeah.
It's huge, and it's also comes with a cover. So you can actually close it to shade off the sun or spare your head from cold weather, but also give it a bit of a better soundproofing, sound insulation, because as you know, glass echoes, and I prefer to have it open because it gives us more a roomy feeling and better lighting here inside for the camera, of course. The overall material feeling is as in the front. Something is beeping. I'm not sure why. Be careful when opening. Yeah, never mind. The seats, back to the seats. The Nappa leather is also here at the rear. The core version and the long range standard version comes with fabric seats. So this is extra and included in the privilege package. But they're really nice, really plush, and good seating position. And also surprising, the rear bench is a bit higher than in most other picks in this category of car. So a good thigh support even here at the back. Now it's beeping again. Be careful when opening the door. Okay, probably because someone is standing.
I think the car thinks I'm a car or a bicycle or something.
Yeah, I think you look like a bike.
A tank.
Yeah, a tank maybe. Okay, so I think the last aspect here from the rear is the sunshade. Oh, that's the wrong position, the wrong direction. So it has, even if it has tinted windows, it comes with a built-in sunshade. Really neat hidden feature. This is things you get in like the SQ6 that almost costs the double when it comes to the price point. And when it comes to the different trim levels and the price points of the different trim levels, I put everything here on this screen for you to compare. And always nice to see that the materials is top-notch even at the back. There's no hard plastics, there's no cheap materials here at the back.
Even the door pockets is like a different kind of plastic. It's a little bit soft somehow.
Yeah, and it's also filtered on the inside.
Yeah.
Even here at the back. Yeah, so nice touch and feel to the whole interior, actually. Another thing that I just got reminded of is the angle of the rear door. Do you see? It's 90 degrees, almost. I wouldn't say 90 is like 85, but still, as you see here, it's very easy to get in and to get out of the car.
Yeah.
Normally you have like this, and it gets a bit more cramped.
Yeah.
This way, it's a lot easier to get in and get out of the car.
Yeah, even if you're gonna put some baby seats or something.
Yeah, very
like
easy to work
ones.
here. Yeah, that's nice. Yes, and now we have John Rodbrink. He is head of design of Zeekr, works in Gothenburg, and obviously worked a lot with the 7X. So I'm gonna ask you, what's your favorite aspects with the design of the car?
Yeah, I mean, this is so I'm responsible for the exterior design for all the Zeekrs, and this car is the first car in Europe with a new form language, So we call it hidden energy, and we have a few cars out in China already that follow this kind of idea. And we're trying to create this kind of understated luxury kind of feeling. A few signifiers to the front end. We have this band that runs across. We create this very kind of clean, minimalist look where we try to hide as many of the shut lines as possible, try to really focus on the sculptural bodywork of the car, and then the graphical panels are kind of in between to hide the shut lines and split lines and so on. And it's called hidden energy because everything is kind of in the detail. It's even like here you have, we're hiding the openings for the airflow in the cars. They only open when needed. We have, for example, like frameless doors, frameless mirrors. We even have fully automated doors on this car. We've hidden kind of the seals away and all the, it's all details. Even actually, look at the wheel. We even hidden the bolts of the wheel.
Yeah, so a very sleek design in general. And I mean, compared to the ones I'm used with, the 001 and the X, they use more of another design language. So this is kind of a new era for Zeekr.
Yeah,
maybe
we
the
want
right
this to be even more premium, even more kind of high end. So it's a way to kind of lift the brand. And what I'm really happy with is the kind of balance between the exterior and interior. If you look at the silhouette, it's really a sporty, sleek SUV, but it gets so much interior space. And I think that's really the wow factor of this car. It should not just look fantastic, it needs to be a fantastic family car as well. Some of the really cool features, I think, except for the doors, where
automatic electric door, and that goes for all 4 doors. And this is the privilege version, so...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and this is kind of nice detail if you follow here. I mean, we are very proud that we design all the cars in Sweden. So all the Zeekr cars you see globally have this kind of little signature says designed in Gothenburg.
That's a nice detail.
And we try to find this little kind of hidden storage or hidden solutions everywhere. It's like one of my favorites in the back here. I mean, we have a super spacious rear seat, first of all, but then you have these little drawers here. I think they're really cool. So, you like to hide away all the kind of stuff you have inside of the car. So those little features are there everywhere. And we've even, all the way, we're trying to find those kind of solutions that keep it very neat and tidy.
But kind of a Scandinavian thinking.
Exactly. I think it's very Swedish design in a way.
So you have all the bells and whistles, but still try to hide them and make it more sophisticated and easy, usable. Because this is also... Is this openable? No,
it's
in the front.
Yeah, exactly. In the front, you have hidden storage in the door as well. And the center console, tons of storage space. And like here in the back, you can recline the seat and you can choose a little bit how you want to use the space.
Great. Very nice to speak with you, and always fun to meet the creators behind the cars. I mean, it gives us another kind of perspective to the car. Thank you.
Thanks.
So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was just a brief introduction of the Zeekr 7X, one of the most exciting new cars for the year. I'm really looking forward to do a full review of it and testing it throughoutly. So stay tuned for my upcoming videos. And as I always say, stay electric. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.